Having children to take care of you in your old age is the same thing as having a child just so they could be a farmhand. That is an inherently selfish reason to have a child. And if you are having kids so that they will take care of you in your old age, you are an extremely selfish person.
Who is going to take care of you when you are old if you don't have children, if you don't have kids? This is the question that child-free women keep getting, and I can tell you that they are exhausted. But think about this. Are children really a reliable retirement plan? So I saw some videos on TikTok where child-free women, shut down this argument, and trust me, they made some valid points. Let's watch some of these videos and then we'll be right back to discuss it.
If you are having kids so that they will take care of you in your old age, you are an extremely selfish person. The way that I will be taken care of in my old age is by saving all that money that I don't spend to try and create a human being and then trap them into taking care of me when I'm older. I'm just going to save that money instead and use it to be taken care of when I'm older by a bunch of professionals. Your children are not hospice nurses. And even if they are, they shouldn't have to do that for their own parent. Imagine someone ripped you from the void so that they could then be like, oh, you're welcome that I brought you into this world. You're welcome. What are you gonna do for me now? And it's bold of you to assume I'm fucking thankful. Because what the fuck? Most people who have kids are poor. You're not setting your child up to even be able to take care of you. Your child is gonna be working 40 to 60 hours to pay their own goddamn bills. Your child may decide to have a child, in which case they are not going to have all this free time to take care of you. You need to be thinking about that. Your child could get hit by a bus and die. You need to be thinking about how you're going to take care of you. Your child is probably not even going to have the opportunity to visit you in that nursing home. My husband has worked tax credit properties for the elderly. And you know what? Their kids are not visiting them because they're out there working their ass off at Amazon or Walmart or whatever. And it's funny because whenever people say your children aren't even going to visit you in an old folks home, the implication there, at least in my mind, the way that some people say it, is that these people will be doing something funner instead. They're not visiting you because they're too busy going on cruises and out drinking at bars and shit. But the real reason that people are not going to visit you is because the nursing home is probably 45 minutes away from their house. It's probably, even if it was 20 minutes away, any meaningful visit would eat up all the free time they have after work to spend time with their own spouse, with their own children, to spend time having a hobby, for fuck's sake, just relaxing, And people have this assumption that, your kids are going to be jet setting and cruising around the world, and that's why they're not going to come visit you. No, your kids are going to be working their ass off. They're going to be too overworked to take care of you when you're older. The only people that should be asking that question are bajillionaires, right? Unless you're paying your child a salary to do that, or unless they are a caretaker through the state and they get paid for that time, and that time is worth it to them, you should never expect your child to take care of you when you're older. Because how old are they going to be? What, they're going to be in their 30s and 40s, coming home to you dying on their couch? We don't live in that kind of society anymore. I understand that this was the way people did things. I understand this is part of other cultures, but not the American culture does not allow for that. Your kids are going to be working their ass off. Crazy assumption that people are oh, my kids are going to take care of me when I'm older. Ask older people right now who the fuck is taking care of them, who's visiting them, who is meeting their needs. It's not their children. It's themselves, or it's nurses, or it's a spouse. That's who's going to take care of all of us when we're older. I'm literally no different than a person who had kids in that regard, in that no one's going to come visit me at the nursing home. People that are going to be there for you at the end of your life is not your husband or your kids. It's going to be the friends that you make along the way, your female community. So that's who takes care of anyone when they're dying, is their friends, their own age. And statistically, 99% of that happens between women. And also ask men with kids who takes care of them, right? You guys have all seen the Shira clip, right? Men die alone in their apartment, in their tighty-whities, surrounded by cans of soup. Your kids are nowhere to be found. If anyone is going to take care of you and see you through to the afterlife, if you're a woman, it's going to be your friends. So that's who you should be investing in, not no damn kids, okay? Leave the kids alone. Let them live their own life. It is such a selfish thing to even cite that as a reason and try to shame child-free people with that. I will absolutely shame you back if you ask me that question. That's crazy.
So I want us to answer this question. If the reason you are having kids is for them to wipe your butt when you are old, are you really thinking about them, or you are thinking about yourself? Children are not an insurance policy. They are human beings with their own likes, dreams, struggles, and all of that.
If you don't have kids, who is going to take care of you when you are old? This is probably the number one thing that I think people without kids get asked, and I cannot believe it did not cross my mind to include it in the other video. So I want to talk about it now. There is this notion that if you have children, then they are automatically going to take care of you when you're older. And I mean, I get it, right? You have kids, you expect them to take care of you. But the reality is that is not always the case. And that could be for a number of reasons. There could be a falling out for whatever reason, but more than that, it is extremely expensive, and there's a lot of time that goes into taking care of a parent, especially one that needs medical assistance. I have a parent right now that is older and has some medical stuff that they need assistance with. And thank goodness my other parent is able to assist with that, because let me tell you, the cost of that level of care, if this parent of mine was not able to provide it, is astronomical. And we're fortunate to be in a situation where, this other parent that I'm speaking of, is no longer working. So we're not even running into work conflicts. So if you add work conflicts, if you add the financial ramifications, even if you have children, they are not always going to be in a place to be able to support you in that capacity. So while I completely understand that having children makes you think that yes, they will be able to take care of you, that again is not necessarily going to be the situation. It should not be the go-to that people automatically think of when somebody doesn't have kids. And look, I get it. Like I've wondered to myself, well, who's going to take care of me when I'm older? But I like to think I'm a kick-ass aunt. I'm hoping that my niece will step in, or my nephew will step in and take care of me. But we have no idea. Look at how everything is right now. We have no idea what it's going to be like down the road.
When people find out that I'm child free and that I don't ever want to have kids, I'm never going to have kids, no, I'm never changing my mind, and no, I'm never going to regret it, they always hit me with, well, who are you going to have to take care of you when you're old? And usually when they ask that question, it is to them, a gotcha. It's a gotcha type of a question, right? And it never lands the way that they think it's going to land, because in that moment, it reminds me that is the one thing that I'm the most happy about in my life, which is that if I go through things in life, if I'm suffering under the Trump administration and things of that nature, I am glad that I didn't also force innocent children into this bullshit, right? I'm so happy about that. I would rather go through things by myself than to force children. Now, if I did have children, I would forbid my kids from taking care of me. Why? Because my brain ain't that effed up. I would love my kids so much that the last thing that I would ever want to do is make them give up their lives, their free time, their extra money, their careers, and whatever else to come take care of me once I've already lived my life. Like, I'm literally old and on my way out. You know what I mean? I'm on my way out the door. I'm on my way off this planet. And I'm going to want them to give up everything in their lives and their families for me. Like, that would literally make me such an effed up mom, in my opinion, to expect that. If the kids want to help take care of me, that's fine too. I would be very grateful in my heart. But I still wouldn't let them. I wouldn't. Because I wouldn't want that for my children. Because I would love them. And a lot of times that makes me wonder how much a lot of these parents really love their kids, because you want your kids to give up things to take care of you, because that's exactly what they would be doing, unless they don't have a life and you didn't raise them right and they turn out to be shit, right? But if they have a life and they have things that they're working towards and they have their own families and stuff, why would you want them to give that up? I worked in healthcare for 18 years, and it is a 24-hour a day job, especially if they end up with dementia and stuff, taking care of older parents. That's why nursing homes exist in the first place, in case y'all didn't realize that. Because adult parents put their parents in nursing homes because they can't financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and all of that, and physically take care of their parents. I know how hard it is to take care of elderly parents. I would never want that for my kids. So when you think you are doing some kind of gotcha moment, you're not. You're making me very grateful. You're reminding me of how grateful that I am that I didn't fall for the okie doke, and that I did not force innocent children into this shit world to suffer with me. That is the very definition of selfish. Just saying.
Instead of expecting your kids to take care of you, why don't you take care of yourself? Child-free women have the advantage of saving all the money that they would have spent on raising children, saving it for themselves. That money can actually go into retirement funds, investments, and good health care for their old age. So I want to talk about the problems of using kids as a retirement plan, hoping on your children to take care of you when you are old. Number one, kids are not obligated to take care of you. Remember, they did not ask to be born, and I don't think they owe you their adulthood unless they feel like, okay, this is what I want to do, not you imposing the idea of them taking care of you on them. Number two, not all children are financially capable. Trust me, the economy is rough. Your children may barely afford their own life, let alone your own life. Number three, what if your kids live far away? Have you thought of that? What if your child moves to another country? What if they are busy raising their own family, going through their own struggles? Number four, what if your child resents you? What if you are not a good parent? If you are not a good parent, I don't think you should expect your child to drop everything for you when you are old. So instead of using children as your retirement plan when you don't know the future, let's talk about 1 or 2 ways you can actually plan for your future. Start saving for your old age. Build a retirement fund. You can also look at, passive income. You can also work on healthcare and long-term care insurance. Good healthcare is actually a better safety net than any child, because like I said, you don't know the future. The next one will be for you to surround yourself with friends, build community, and stay socially active. The idea that child-free women will suffer in their old age is very outdated. Like, we are in 2025, be for real. The real question here is, are you planning for your future, you that is not child-free? If your only reason for having children is for them to take care of you when you are old, you may want to rethink that decision, because sometimes things don't always go the way we plan. So I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments about this topic, about how people talk against child-free women, about how people use their children as retirement plan. What do you think? Should people actually plan for themselves, invest for themselves and their children, or hope on their kids, or give birth just because they want their kids to take care of them? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comment section. My name is Benita. If you're new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, all the love in the world. I'll see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Bye.